Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are watching the station identification of one of Wayland City's resident YouTubers. Live in the basement. This is not MTV's remote control. And he is not Ken Ober. God rest Ken Ober's soul. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. And now here's your host, New Bedford, Massachusetts' own, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Well, praise the Lord. God is good. And call somebody. Call a familiar face, ladies and gentlemen. This is my YouTube CVS station identification. CVS, channel vlog show, not the pharmacy I usually shop at sometimes on occasion to get something. And this is the YouTube show in which there's ordinary and then there's me. That's right. This is WEML-TV, Channel 77. I am the host, Eric Lima. It's the 566th episode, and this is the 16th episode of Roadin Up. I haven't done this in a while. I may minimize the Roadin Up episodes, but try to do one once a month when it's safe to drive and all that good stuff. So hello there. Good morning, everybody. It's 10:53 a.m. Almost at p.m. It's light out, Eric. It's not p.m. I know. Yeah, and today's the last day of summer, the final day of summer, ladies and gentlemen. As the fall sets in, the leaves start falling, and the weather gets a little cooler. Temperatures get a little cooler, and before you know, we'll be wearing jeans and hoodies and sweatshirts and sweaters, and we get ready to carve pumpkins, dress up, and get candy and all that jazz. You know what I'm saying? And then before you know it, Thanksgiving will be rolling around, and and it will be quite the adventure. Thanksgiving will be. For every holiday season for the past 11 years has been, when it's dwindling, the excitement dwindles down once in a while. And but before we get to all that, I want to take a look back about how the summer went for me. It went pretty decent. I mean, I know nothing majorly went wrong per se, but I did get vaccinated at the end of June. It was the final Monday of June. We were getting crowds back into WWE. The Wayland City Festival happened this year, which I think was pretty cool, to say the least. And I got to admit, that was one of the biggest highlights of the summer for me, was the return of the Wayland City Festival. I had a great time. A lot of things, I had a great time there. But what amazed me is, I did not go on a single ride at the festival because there was a lot. It was so packed. The place was totally packed. The carnival, that is, I couldn't even find room to walk inside that bad boy. Let me tell you, it's a bit on the crazy side. Let me just because I want to wait till this car goes. So it's all right, because they're carving up they're carving everything up here. So trying to make our city looks nice and clean and beautiful as usual. Gotta respect the workers out there, man. Let me tell you. I must say, because the carnival at the festival was so packed, you don't even have time to go on rides. That's how crazy this was, and that's how crazy the rides were. It's like forget the carnival rides, man. And plus, my favorite wasn't part of it, the Tilt-A-Whirl. I would have loved to go on the Tilt-A-Whirl with my GoPro cam and all that good stuff. And the bumper cars were not there either, unfortunately. So, because there was a lot of crazy, insane. It was an insane number of people there, And I think a lot of backlash became on the festival when we found out, it's open, but the Portuguese feast wasn't. I don't know if there was more of a concern about the Portuguese feast because people get too drunk there. and so they don't respond to rules. And sometimes you get over drinking, possibly you puke your guts out or something like that, and that will, people will be concerned. Oh, it's COVID, So I think they're waiting until next year to reopen up the Portuguese feast. That's for sure. So what else happened? The Red Sox. I don't talk about. I am not talking about a lot of sports on here. As of like the Red Sox have. Okay, I don't know what this car is up to behind me. All right, so anyways, the Red Sox have been doing pretty decent. I know they had a lot of struggles. They had losing streaks, a lot of struggles, but they are 1.5 games ahead in the wild card race right now, which is pretty huge. Pretty huge. So, and heard rumors that the Yankees are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. Kind of a good thing for us, Sox Nation, but I'll tell you what, the Tampa Bay Rays are going to be a tough team to beat. And between them and the Milwaukee Brewers, I think it's going to be the Rays and Brewers in the World Series. I believe if the Red Sox don't go all the way, I believe the Rays and Brewers, they really had some great fired up seasons, that's for sure. And they were on fire throughout the whole season, which is totally insane. So I, like I said, as a baseball fan, got to give a tip of the cap to the Milwaukee Brewers and the Tampa Bay Rays this year. I believe those two teams may end up going and get each other in the World Series, which would be very interesting. Two former Major League players, in Craig Counsell and Kevin Cash. So it's going to be very interesting to see who would, if those two would make it. So the Dodgers are the defending champions. So and they retained most of the team they had last year. So I think, like I said, could be Dodgers and Brewers in the NLCS. I'm predicting. Again, it could be a rematch. But you're talking about it's 11 o'clock, by the way. But we're talking about American League. I know the Rays will probably be part of the American League Championship Series, but I'm going to try to think who will be in the Central and West. Houston's always been in the center of things, basically. Houston's. But then if Houston makes the playoffs, then there'll be another controversy. They'll think they're cheating and all that good stuff. So I really think Oakland's got a fair shot. I think. I've not watched all the other teams. I've been watching my Red Sox, and I gotta tell you, it's gonna be something else, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? So I very, 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 very curious about what will happen. What will happen in the playoffs. It's gonna be very interesting. I think the Rays are the team to beat in the East. That's for sure. And so unless the Red Sox can upset them in a way, I do not see the Rays get beat anytime. Get beat in the playoffs anytime soon. They have great young talent that they have there, so it's going to be it's something. It's going to be something else with those two teams, and who knows for sure. Let's see what else. What else was in there? I bought some more stuff online and all that, and everything else. Been playing my usual games, the game shows on there and all that. Been going to church, praising God, and here's the crazy part about my life is that our lifestyle is so. My family and I, we have so much of a different lifestyle. It's it alienates a lot of people that we know, and it's just one of those things where we're so different. It's like people don't even want to talk to us. People call us insane, crazy, and all that. Our house, usually it bothers me, but then again, our family's we're not normal. All of us are not normal, and that's kind of cool. Now, not being normal is cool because everything happens beyond our circumstances sometimes. And, sometimes we go, can we get back to normal already? We always complain about that. What's been happening with the pandemic and everything else is like, the pandemic has affected us a lot not only from a physical standpoint, obviously, but a mental standpoint. More of a mental standpoint than anything, because it's the way things are has been surreal. You know what I mean? And we get upset, and then the politics have been a whole lot worse. I don't want to get into that. And I think ever since 9/11 happened, the politics got a whole lot worse, to be honest. And you look at that situation, you just go. You look at 20 years ago, man, that situation. And I saw like a different footage of it when the plane went right in through the building. I'm like, holy mackerel, what in the world? You know what I'm saying? It's wild. It's not wild. It's just sad, but at the same time, it's just surreal. Everything else. And I don't want to get into politics because, man, people complain. When I was a kid, people complained about me talking about the Three Stooges, baseball, wrestling, and Nintendo. My stepmother gets aggravated about that. Nowadays, that's what I want to talk about, because I'm sick of, because if you talk about politics, people get angry at you. So it's like, make up your mind. What do you want me to talk about? I talk about what I want to talk about now. I'm 45 years old. I'm going to be 45 next year. Dudes, y'all got to chill, man. You all got to chill. So why am I staying away from politics and religion? Because it causes a lot of arguments, resentment, anger, and just bitterness, and we don't want, and too much drama. We don't want it. Speaking of drama, a lot of people want to know why I've been staying away from the Discord game show groups as of late. And you haven't heard from me from those groups in a while, like MVG Productions, WKPH, the gaming show productions headed by my friends Angel St. Clair and his girlfriend Irene, or Rodney Flippin's channel. You haven't heard from guys, nobody's heard from me because there was too much drama per se, and it's like it got to the point where I need to step back and relax, step out and let just breathe, step back, and breathe for a minute as a contestant. Plus, I want to give other people a chance, because I've been winning too much. Sometimes I win a lot and win. It's like nobody's is anybody going to beat me? Somebody beat me. So I feel like to step back. I think I won a couple of tournaments. So game show tournament. I figured step back, take a break, for a bit. I'm not mad at anybody because all the drama that's been happening, and because of what I went through back in 2016 all the way to 2020. As far as being here on YouTube is concerned, and having the drama happen to me there, I figured, I've had enough. It's like I want a break from it, But I will be making a comeback soon, hopefully. That's what I'm trying to do. And plus me being busy at work and then watching all the wrestling and all that and doing my videos, doing my YouTube channel, it's totally, it's like I don't want to disrupt anybody and disrespect anybody. And so, yeah, and speaking of more online drama, I know this year we had some drama online, not on the Discord apps, but on two podcasts, dueling podcasts. And I'm not going to mention, I did mention the group podcast. I'll mention the Rant Rave. Rant Rave has been a great podcast so far, and ever since I decided to come back, because the drama that happened between them, Rant Rave and the Hangman Charlie Outcast, was really, really sad. It was because you thought you knew somebody, and then they spin these stories and lies just to make themselves look cool and defeat their ego and all that. I don't think that's cool at all. I don't think you're hiding behind a persona. It's like if you're doing a persona, okay. It's one thing that you get to be a character and just be entertaining, make people laugh. But when you keep doing it just to hide your past, you got to be real with the people. And I'm sorry, and the head of that outcast, who he is. I'm not going to mention his name, but he wasn't being real with people, and that's why I think a lot of us, have decided not to drop him as a friend, because unfortunately, in order to be a true friend, you got to be real, and you have to be real. You need to be real. And yeah, I got picked on when I went real, when I decided to be real. I talk about my past. I talk about what I went through, and I got trolled on. I've been made fun of, and it seems like that means something's wrong with. I block them not because, I don't hate these trolls. I block them because they don't know, they don't understand, they don't respect. If you can't respect me, how can people respect you? That type of deal. And for that, you gotta block. It's like you left with no choice, but you're kind of left with no choice. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, I was disappointed in this individual that decided to use his own family just to get clout and pity. It's not right. It was not right at all, and that kind of disheartened me to the point where I gotta say, listen, I gotta step out, rant and rave for a bit. Let them sort it out, because I don't want to get involved in the middle of this, or else I'd be And the reason why I'm not insulting this individual is because he's got to learn that what he did was wrong. He's got to learn that you can't be doing that just to for show. You don't do it for show. I give shout out to my family. I love my family. I even got estranged siblings that rarely talk to us, but I still love them because they're my family. They're my sisters. But I pray for people every single day, man. I know it's not easy to love your enemy, and that's the thing too. I don't consider this individual my enemy, but I'm very disappointed in him. Being as old as I am, 44 years old, I'm the oldest person on the Rant Rave podcast. All right, I don't consider myself a leader. I jokingly call myself an elder statesman of the group, but it's more like I speak from experience. All right, I speak from what I've been through, because the young men that I'm on the podcast with, they're a lot younger than me, and they don't really understand what I went through, and stuff that I've been through in my life, but they've heard about my stories and everything else. But now I use those stories, use those situations in my life to help others to be an example. You know what I mean? And I think nowadays I like to be an example. So instead of going around insulting people on YouTube, calling them out, calling names, but I want to encourage everybody out there just to be real, be yourselves. Don't hide behind. I understand you want to do a persona just for fun and everything else, and that's cool. Like the Fred guy, or McJuggernuggets. I'm sure he doesn't act like that in real life. You know what I mean? Or and I enjoy Jacksepticeye. The guy's got an awesome personality. He likes having fun. Especially his Gorn videos, which I think is pretty funny. Gorn is like the virtual reality gladiator fights. You get to fight a guy sitting on top of a giant crab or something. And it was so funny to watch. It was very entertaining, and that's fine. But but if you try to bring, if you make jokes about your family in a personal sense or in a darker sense, that's not cool at all. I don't make jokes about family. I always give them shout outs, sending them love, because that's how I am. I've always been this type of person to show love and show respect to my family and to my loved ones. You know what I mean? And I always give them a shout out and say, like I said, it had not been for them, I wouldn't be doing this today, or and everything else. And I just, I give God the glory as well. I give, a lot of people have a problem with me giving God the glory of thanking the Lord Jesus Christ. Like I said, it had not been for the Lord Jesus Christ, I wouldn't be doing this today. I wouldn't be entertaining all you great people out there. I believe that I'm doing this to just bring smiles on your faces, to have fun. If I get internet famous, oh, great, wonderful, praise God. But I don't expect to. I don't expect to be internet famous. You know what I mean? And it's something that it's something that it's something that needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? So I just pray that everything will be all right, and just I just love people. So also, but everyone to me has been a blessing. That's all I want to say. I pray for those who need help, and sometimes I like to give advice to people, and just I'm not gonna say you've done a bad thing, you're going to hell and all that. You're nothing but a blah 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 blah, and it's say so many mean insults and all that, and everything else in between. Somebody sent me a friend request. No, another woman, please. Too good to be true. That's another thing too. Like, women have been sending me friend requests. These are women I don't know. I mean, what if it's some creepy guys or something like that recruiting me for something? You heard it? I forget that movie where I think a friend request was I thought she was looking for love, and then I think it was found out it was a terrorist trying to recruit somebody or something like that. I really don't know. I forget the name of the movie, but it's like too good to be true, man. Too good to be true. Unless it's people that I know, then I will gladly friend, or it has a person with more than 10 mutual friends, or have real mutual friends or somebody that I know. That's fine, unless you're like a fan of the fan base of the Red Sox or Patriots, a lot in friend requests on those as well. So that's cool. So, but we'll see. Yeah, so okay. Rumbling and tumbling here. What a rumbling and a tumbling. One more thing before I get done with this video, because I think this needs to be mentioned. My auntie Patsy, who has been been a wonderful aunt to me and all. This is my father's side of the family. She's moving to Florida, and she sold her house in Dartmouth. Here's the weird. So her husband and their dog, they're packing up and moving to Florida. And I was kind of shocked when I heard about this. My stepmother told me, and I was like, really? And I'm gonna miss her in Florida. Cause I'm gonna miss her, because I think moving to Florida, a lot of people have been wanting to move to Florida nowadays. It's because and I think another reason why, and it kind of makes sense to her that she does move to Florida that way. She can get comfortable and everything else. But I think the toughest part is leaving her family behind here in Massachusetts. And you still get your three brothers, and she's the youngest of the four Lima children. My father's like the second oldest. My father's the second oldest out of the boys, and I gotta tell you, it's surreal. About I'm gonna miss all those times. We spent Christmases over. It's like the holiday season nowadays have not been very enjoyable to me. I usually look forward to the holiday season. I usually look forward to watching the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade, watching the football games, and just eating the food and sitting together laughing and joking with your relatives. And nowadays it has not been totally nowadays it has not, especially this last year, Christmas of last year and everything else. I'll be honest with you, I did not enjoy my Christmas at all, which is sad for me to say this, because I loved Christmas. It's like, I think when you're older and the more depressing the holiday gets, because now you have relatives that don't want to talk to you, and loved ones that don't want to talk to you, and it's really sad. Maybe that's why I missed the Christmas in the 80s and 90s, because when I was a kid back then, even when I was a teenager, I would always look forward to going to my grandparents' house, on my father's side of the family. One thing about being Portuguese is that you enjoy all the good stuff, all the food and everything else. My grandmother will go all out, you know what I mean? And my grandparents will get me a gift, and so like, okay, you're gonna play a game, you're gonna it'd be a game or something like that, and everybody will gather around just to play and just have a lot of fun. It is something to and then my uncles can act really goofy. My Uncle Johnny. The only thing I'll miss too, going over to my aunt's house, is playing pool. That was a lot of fun. I used to call my uncle Johnny Nitro because he's been a bull shark. So my nickname for him, because he's always, rocking. It's surreal. Let me tell you, it's totally surreal. So all in all, bottom line is my summer's been pretty decent, and I do apologize if I said too much. I want to make sure to let everybody know that I'm still here, I'm still alive, I'm thinking of them, and I know we lost a lot of good people this year. I lost a lot of celebrities this year, and Biz Markie, one of my favorites, and some wrestlers, we lost them as well. Rant Rave still going on strong. We'll get 102 episodes coming up. See what else is there. AEW Dynamite and Rampage are going Grand Slam, and that means 4 hours on Dynamite, which is unheard of. I think pay-per-views usually go that long. Unheard of. But a TV show, unheard of. But then you got, Rampage going for 2 hours. So it's going to be surreal. It's going to be totally surreal. So we're watching both shows. So that's it. That's all the time I have. Final day of summer Fox. What have you and whatnot. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And 566 completed. Episode 566. Episode 16. Next episode, I'm going to give you the Raw review, the Raw Event Center. And then the episode after that is from Tic Tac Tuesday against Sackboy the Dragon. Okay? I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. And until the next episode, peace, love, and bless out. Have a good day.